Good morning and welcome to the Season 5 premiere of Palomar Live. I'm Anissa Kinsey.
And I'm Jordan Spurgeon. We have a fantastic show lined up for you today. You may not have heard of the upcoming play, Sisters in the System. Ingrid Trevello, the director of the play, will grace our studios to enlighten us on the Playwright Project.
Volunteering is a great way to serve your community, and it looks good on your resume. Connie Jones and Bunny McElliott of the Tri-City Hospital Auxiliary will be in studio to talk about scholarships and a volunteer program you may not have heard of.
Kenneth Rexroad, founder of the Piano Project, will be joining us, and he'll be in great company along with Patrick Morelli, Robert Parker, and Kimberly Page to tell us a little bit more about the Piano Project's mission.
All this and so much more on today's episode of Palomar Live.
Thank you for joining us. The month of March is dedicated to the historical impact women have and continue to influence in present day. International Women's Day luckily fell on the same day as our show.
In addition to having interesting, involved women as our guests this morning, there's plenty of events in North County and beyond centered around honoring and empowering women. Tomorrow night from 6:30 to 8:30, Sister Rock will be hosting an event in Encinitas. Attendees can expect an evening that will be filled with celebration, inspiration, and motivation. You can learn more about the event at www.eventbrite.com.
The San Diego Botanical Garden will be hosting a tapestry exhibit of Egyptian art to celebrate the flowers of the desert, villages, and Nile River in their beautiful hand-woven, one-of-a-kind garden-themed tapestries. Be sure to check them out. They will be on display at the San Diego Botanical Garden in Encinitas.
If you like cars and music, you may be interested in attending the San Marcos High School Motors for Music charity event this Sunday. The show starts at 7 a.m. and judging will begin at 10:30, followed by the awards later in the afternoon. The show is at San Marcos High School. If you'd like to know more, you can visit www.motorsformusic.com.
We have another break coming up, so don't change the channel because when we return, Ingrid Trevello will be here to talk more about her latest directing efforts. Stay tuned.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
There are oceans and rocks, places where fish swim and birds fly. History is made, art is created, things happen that should always be remembered. Heroes emerge, a woman sets people free, a man makes light, a leader steps forward. It can be a place, a feeling, a state of mind. So get up, get out there, and find your park.
Welcome back to Palomar Live. If you like what you see and want a behind-the-scenes view, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Palomar Live TV.
Our next guest blends her imagination and social awareness into the world of theater. Let's take a quick behind-the-scenes look at the Playwright Project and director Ingrid Trevello's latest work, Sisters in the System.
Shoo, everyone. Go to. Justin, you go to. Just sit down for a second. You can leave your stuff there.
Ingrid Trevello is an accomplished director, actor, and playwright who is bringing her talents to Cal State San Marcos. Her latest work, Sisters in the System, revolves around the ins and outs of the foster care system that is often overlooked. Trevello pulls from a pool of talented students from Palomar College and Cal State San Marcos to bring her vision to life.
I'm sorry.
That's my dad's sister. She was always saying, "You're just like your mom," with this bad look on her face. Can I see Chloe?
I worked with Ingrid before in Facing Our Truth. She was one of the directors, and she told me about the project, and I was really thrilled about it.
This is my life, my passion. My whole entire life is dedicated to performance.
In studio here, we have her in the flesh, Ingrid Chevelle. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Welcome
me.
on.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about your background. I understand that you are a dancer at heart.
Yes, correct. My first experience with performance was through dance. I was very young, and I think I couldn't stop, doing things. My mom just enrolled me in all dance projects that we had in town, and I joined my first company at the age of 8. And I danced with them until the age of 16, when I discovered other performances.
Okay, so before we get into the play, are you able to tell us a little bit more about the Playwrights Project and what its goal is?
Absolutely. So this performance that we are doing, Sisters in the System, it's actually a sponsored performance from the ACE Scholars, the Service for Foster Care Youth at Cal State San Marcos. We have a wonderful program at Cal State San Marcos that is called ACE Scholars Program, and it empowers foster youth to continue studying and pursuing their upper division studies and degrees if they want to. So the Playwrights Project and ACE Scholars together recommissioned this play to be revisited so that we could perform here in North County. The first performance of the play was actually done as a stage reading in a mock courtroom at the California Western Law School in San Diego. And now we are revisiting because we want to bring to our community, our people here in North County, the information that the play also provides.
That's amazing, very important
It really
work.
is.
So for those who don't know, what's the difference between a stage reading and your typical theatrical performance?
Oh, okay. So that's a great question. Everybody wants to know that. So when you go to see a play and it's just a traditional play performed, we have a scenery, we have everything that it's involved, costumes, people they know their lines. It's really real, the realism is involved into the play. When we have a staged reading, we are dealing more with our imagination. So perhaps we will have some accent props to accentuate characters, but most of the cast, they are just in neutral colors and they are reading from the text, because this is a revisit, and Tori Rice, the writer, she's a phenomenal writer, and she's really adapting it as we are rehearsing. So we have the privilege and honor to work very close with the writer, with the director of the Playwrights Project, and together we are revisiting and editing this.
That's super cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
so without any spoilers, can you tell us what the audience can expect when they go to see the play?
Wonderful. So I would say this is a story about two women who grew up in the foster care system. The story was based on true interviews, people that the writer Tori Rice engaged with and talked to each one of the people who are involved in the foster care system. So she spoke from judges to grown-ups who are out of the system, and including children, the CASAs, attorneys, everyone that is involved in the system. This play is a fictional version of the story that surged through these interviews. So we have this relationship with these two women throughout the play that you understand what they've gone through, how they pursued, what type of resilience they found, and how they turned around.
Now, being that it's Women's History Month and it's International Women's Day, what do you want people to take away from this play, since it does center around two female characters?
Before anything, let me just say Happy International Women's Day for you.
Happy International Women's Day to you too.
Hope you
That's
enjoy.
awesome. It's just a moment.
Yeah, sorry, you know.
But I will
It's
tell
okay.
you, I will say that giving voices to people who do not have a strong voice today in our community is what I want people to take away from this. These are the writer is a woman, the playwright's director is a woman. I am a woman directing the play. We have an amazing cast. We have students from Palomar College and Cal State San Marcos involved. And I would say what I want the audience to take away is the hope and the resilience that we can find in the sisterhood that we can be.
Thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you
We're
for joining us.
looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Definitely.
For more information on Ingrid and the Playwrights Project, visit playwrightsproject.org.
We're going to have to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, Connie Jones and Bunny McElliott from Tri-City Hospital Auxiliary will be joining us and sharing how you can help your community.
Every year, millions of young women try to change the skin they were born with and say they die for darker skin. Sadly, some actually do. Change your thinking, not your skin. Stop tanning. Learn more at spotskincancer.org.
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Cheers. Take time to be a dad today.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
Welcome back. Keep up with us on Twitter and Instagram at Palomar Live TV. Be sure to tag your posts and comments with the hashtag Palomar Live.
We're here now with two amazing women, Connie Jones and Bunny McElliott from Tri-City Hospital Auxiliary, to share with us about their programs and how they impact the community. Welcome to the set.
Thank you. We're very excited to be here.
So we understand that you guys were formerly known as the Pink Ladies. I see the gorgeous pink hair. Why the name change?
They wanted to change the color to be more in tune with the colors of the hospital. So like a lot of our marketing projects were in the blue. So
I see.
We switched to blue.
And they wanted us to be known as auxiliary rather than just Pink Ladies. Yes. You know, we have a purpose there besides being color.
Absolutely.
For sure.
So with the organization that you guys have, it's a nonprofit organization that does provide scholarships to aspiring students who may be going into the medical field. How do volunteers and students access those scholarships?
Wow. Well, we give lots of scholarships. In fact, this year with our scholarships, we will have given over $1 million in scholarships, yes. So we're very proud of that. And Palomar College is one of our recipients. We give scholarships to nursing students that are in the nursing programs here at Palomar, of which we have 54 who have sent in applications this year. Also to MiraCosta and Cal State University San Marcos. And then we also give scholarships to our, what we call our student volunteers who are college students pursuing a career in the medical field. And then we also give them to our junior volunteers who are high school students, and Bunny's going to talk about them, I think, a little later.
Absolutely.
So they can access that, the nursing schools access it through the colleges, and there are other students through the hospital.
Okay. So Connie, Bunny, how long have you two been a part of the auxiliary program?
I'm just starting my 8th year, and I love it.
Veteran.
Yep, we're very involved. We love our auxiliary.
And I'm 6 years in.
Okay,
Six years.
Yes. So you guys are well versed in what it takes to be a part of this organization. I'm curious, since you guys are a nonprofit, how do you maintain the funds to provide for these students such a wonderful opportunity?
Most of our funds come from our all-volunteer run gift shop. Yes, and then we also have, this year we will have $77,000 in donor funds. So we have private donors who also help us. We have a couple of fundraisers that we do during the year to help with that, and that's where we get our funds.
Now, Bunny, you wanted to talk about the high school students. How do they get involved at the Tri-City?
Sure. So we have a high school program for the students in grades well, freshmen through seniors, and at 15 years old, they can apply. And we ask them to put in a year's time, about 100 hours, work in the various departments that we have available for high school students. And the students that come usually are students that have an interest in the medical career, and they want to know what it's like and experience that firsthand. And then a lot of the students need them for their hours for CFS,
Their
high
community
school
service.
For graduation.
Yeah, for all those really important things. So we get about 80 students a year coming through, and they usually find out word of mouth or through their schools.
Okay, so aside from the scholarship programs, what else do you ladies do at the Tri-City Auxiliary? Like, what is your role at the hospital?
For our, you mean us individually or volunteers in general?
Volunteers in general.
I was just seeing that there was a picture of our pet therapy program. We do have a pet therapy program at the hospital. We currently have about 10 dogs and their owners that come in and provide a really great service to our patients. It's amazing how calming a calm animal can be when they come in. So we're very proud of that. And then they're one of our fundraisers. We have what we call Tails on the Trails, dog walk every year. That's coming up in May, I believe. But we have, I think, over 500 volunteers that come in, and they are just dispersed throughout the whole hospital. Beginning, I'd say, with our shuttle driver, you know, that brings people in, or greeters, escort. They're in the different departments in the emergency department. I happen to work at the information desk, so I get to tell people where to go.
Now, one last question for both of you. What is the most rewarding aspect of working with Tri-City and working with these volunteers and students?
I just love how the students are turned on to a new career. For me, just being able to see them satisfied and excited about doing their job. For me personally, the work I do, it's just fulfilling for me to know that maybe just a smile might have changed a day for somebody walking through that door. You never know what they bring with them, for that matter, what I bring with myself when I walk in those hospital doors. So for me, seeing them leave maybe with a smile or feeling like they've been served or helped is a wonderful gift.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks.
This sounds really easy to sign up to be a volunteer. If you would like more information about Tri-City, visit www.tricitymed.org/volunteer.
We have to take another quick break, but stay tuned because Kenneth Rexroad is making an impact in the San Diego music world, and he'll be joining us in studio.
That's right, Jordan. This is a very motivating, inspiring story about bringing music into the community that you don't want to miss. Don't go anywhere. Palomar Live will be right back.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you. It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, baby.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent.
thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. With budget cuts hitting schools harder than ever before, classes get cut, and some of those classes could have helped someone discover their new talent.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate that schools don't have the budget to offer a music class. And today we have Kenneth Rexroad and Patrick Morelli here to show us how they are trying to revive the musical curriculum in schools, but also in public places.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, it's nice to be here.
Yes. So I want to get into a little bit into your background. How did you start with this whole project, this magical musical journey?
Well, I produce music, and so we have different shows, Six String Society and other events all through San Diego. And about 3 years ago, I was watching a video of an amazing pianist who's out of London, but he's a French guy named Andre Hebert. And he was playing a piano at the Heathrow Airport in a public place where anyone could just jump on and start playing. And it inspired me to think, like, we should be doing things like that in San Diego. From there, the projects evolved into bringing pianos and other instruments into our public schools. And again, this is what you were talking about, where the funding is all but dried up. So between Patrick Morelli, great friend, he's a sponsor of the program, we're accepting donations of pianos and other instruments, and we're supplying all the public schools along with public places with the piano project.
That sounds incredible. Like, walk us through the process of how you get these pianos or these other instruments and you refurbish them, and you know how they get to the students.
Yeah, we have pianos like coming from all different angles these days. Yeah, we put it out. We have a Facebook page. It's just The Piano Project, and people know that we're basically gathering these instruments. So people are contacting us all the time. As far as pianos, there's a plethora of pianos that are anywhere from 60 to 100 years old. Like, for example, like 90 years ago, like long before YouTube, we could we could add you up and then multiply by 3 how long that goes back. But every household in America used to have a piano, so now in America, everyone's trying to get rid of grandma's piano and things like that. But at one point, over 300,000 were manufactured in the United States alone. Last year, only 25,000. So we want to, keep these pianos moving, and they provided such like a great backbone for young kids, and they start with that, and then it goes into all kinds of other things.
Okay, so I want to take a minute to talk about your production company. So what kind of talent is it that you look for when you're producing music?
Oh, that's a great, just really good talent, right? So, what's amazing is that San Diego has like one of the most vibrant music communities, in the world. And so one thing that we're trying to do is help turn San Diego into an international music destination. Right. So, kind of my signature show, the Six String Society that plays at the Belly Up. We just had a big production at the Poway Performing Arts Center. We're taking it on the road next month to some casinos out of town. It basically brings all of these amazing, artists together, and it's set in a theatrical and multimedia kind of staged set, so it's very different, So it's set in a guy's living room, and we've done shows everywhere from Paris, France, to the front porch in New Orleans. So it's different. So it's just a different kind of approach that we're mixing theater and music.
Now, for you, Patrick, as a sponsor, what do you find is so special about the Piano Project and its mission?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I think is great is that there's so much talent, talented kids that don't have access to musical instruments. So even though it is a piano project, we do provide other instruments as well, and we're trying to grow that. And I think the biggest thing is getting kids exposed to music, and the ones that really just just thrive with it are tomorrow's future stars, So we really take a lot of pride. I love music, and it's just a great way for me to get involved and give back to the community that's been so good to me. So, it's just something that I really enjoy doing.
Music is really just so rewarding, and it provides culture. You're getting a cultured experience from it. So I want to ask the two of you, what are some of your musical influences, inspiration that you draw from? You go first.
Okay, well, I've got a lot. I love everything from Stevie Ray Vaughan, which is funny. I say things now, and most people say, "Who's that?" Now, Stevie Ray Vaughan to some great jazz musicians. Yeah. I love it all. To classical music, and I love the guitar. That's my thing. But I just love music in general, and in all forms. And Kenneth puts on some great events, and really enjoy going to some of those as well. So. It's been great.
Well, probably my biggest inspiration was my mother, and she played piano until recently. She just passed away for 83 years, and so growing up, I was forced to play piano, right? And I didn't like to. So after 2 years, they let me off the hook, and then I had another brief stint with playing the trombone. That didn't go over so well either. So we've come back full circle to music in my life, which is great. But you know what we've been able to do is bring a lot of people together in the community, not just the musicians in the shows, but we really are building this community. And again, like really the goal for the piano project is to like if we're trying to turn San Diego into this international music destination, then we need to start like from the ground up with our children, and that's really our society's most precious resource is our children. So we're thinking all these people these young kids who are being exposed to music now, who knows what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years. For example, I work with lots of like great local musicians and beyond. But we have some amazing local talent, young kid up in Fallbrook named Anthony Cullens, 17-year-old, just an incredible guitarist. But there's a whole slew of like kind of the next generation, so it's really exciting.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Palomar Live TV and keep the conversation going using the hashtag Palomar Live.
We want to start the season off on a high note, and what better way to do that than with a live musical performance?
I agree. To close out the show, please join us in welcoming the ever-talented Robert Parker. Until next time, I'm Anissa O'Kinsey.
And I'm Jordan Spurgeon.
Let's do this.